Welcome back to Business is Boundless in Kern County. I'm Richard Chapman, President and CEO of the Kern Economic Development Corporation. And with me today are Mr. David Couch, Kern County Supervisor and Board Member of the San Joaquin Valley Air Pollution Control District, and Mr. Samir Sheikh, Executive Director of the Valley Air District. Well, thank you both for coming on the show. Really excited to find out what tremendous improvements we've made over the last 30 plus years. So, Samir, talk about the mission of the Valley Air District.
Well, thank you for having us. First of all, it's a pleasure to be here. We absolutely love talking about air quality, so it's really an honor to be here. Our mission is to clean up the valley's air and to do it through efficient and entrepreneurial ways, right? Which means getting creative. And we have a very significant air quality challenge in the region, as I know all the residents here in Kern County are more than aware of. And it's really our goal as a public health agency to make sure that we're looking for every possible way to help clean up the air and doing it in a way that uplifts our communities, results in a vibrant Kern County and other 7 counties that are part of our agency.
Right.
And it really is just an honor to be here to talk about these efforts with our long-standing board member. Has been a big part of that journey for a number of years.
13 years.
I just realized I'm one of the longer board members. At our last meeting, someone mentioned that, and I thought there's been enough turnover on the board that now I'm one of the old guys.
Emeritus. You'll,
something like that.
Thank you for your service. And talk about over the last 30 plus years the progress that has been made in terms of ozone and PM 2.5. And we do actually can visualize this, especially related to summer ozone trends.
Let me start and let Samir jump in there with maybe some facts. I remember, I was born and raised here. I can remember where there was weeks, if not months, where you couldn't see, you didn't know you lived in a valley because you couldn't see any mountains. And now it's rarer than not that you can't see the mountains. And that's due to a lot of money being invested over the course of time of
Billions,
$40 billion, I believe, over the course of time since the district has been in existence. And these guys do a tremendous job. I want to make sure I get this in your segment here, that they get handed a lot of attainment goals by the EPA, by Cal EPA, and they do a tremendous job of figuring out how to implement those and get to those goals and still keeping people in business.
700 measures, I read.
Okay, I've lost track, but they do I really want to, give a hat tip to the entire agency. They work very hard at making sure that business can stay in business, because they understand that without that, we're not going to get anywhere on air quality.
Well, and we can see visually, we can see since 2002?
Yeah, and I can tell you, not only do you have all these anecdotal stories, of which the supervisor just mentioned, about how much you can just visibly see, the air quality improving, the data's there to back it up.
Right,
there's been dramatic improvements, undeniable improvements in air quality, just really validating what you get when you work together with residents, with businesses, with public agencies, and you invest in things that make sense. When you reduce air pollution, you get that commensurate value back in terms of cleaner air quality. And the data is absolutely there to prove it. Even today, the conditions that you're seeing in Kern County today, in the past 10, 15 years ago, you would have seen a whole different level of PM 2.5. One of those wintertime things that we focus on.
Right.
So the data's there, and the improvements are clearly happening. Still work to be done, but it is very, very important that people understand just how much cleaner today's air quality is compared to where it was just 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
Well, and we can see with specific to emission reductions in Kern County, there's a 94% reduction since 1980.
Yeah, it's been dramatic. 94% overall in the county, actually over 95% from those sources that we regulate locally and that we work with locally. It's important to understand that air quality is very complex. It's not just a local agency, of which we're an 8-county San Joaquin Valley region. We also have to work with the state through the California Air Resources Board, the Federal Environmental Protection Agency. We all play different roles, and so we just have to work really creatively to make sure that we support our economy, support our communities, while also reducing air pollution at the same time. And it's been dramatic. 94 to 97%, depending on the metric that you're looking at, over the years, at $40 billion of investment.
Well, one metric we look at is EPA, and we can see, according to the Air Quality Index, we have, last in 2024, we have more good to moderate days in LA, Phoenix, or Riverside.
Right.
That's a terrific point. The air quality absolutely has improved. In the past, you wouldn't have seen that situation, but we are seeing a lot more of that happening. Dramatic reductions in those days, unhealthy days, over the standards, to where most days throughout the valley now are below the standards, and we're still working towards those remaining days. I know that you've been thinking quite a bit about the Supervisor. Do you want to add something?
Well, I think there's a chart up that they're looking at, a bar graph that will show, that we put up in our boardroom, because we have lots of people that come in during public hearings on all kinds of projects and claim that we're the worst in the country. We are not. We used to be many years ago. We've improved it a great deal, mostly due to the efforts of the Air District and a lot of money that's been spent by residents and businesses all throughout the 8 counties in the district. So we've put that on our wall so we can allude to it when we get told we're the worst in the country.
And that's really important, the education and leading with data. And we're so appreciative of both of you, your leadership. And this is really business and government working in concert, improve quality of life. So where can we go to find out more about the Valley Air District?
valleyair.org.
There you go.
Absolutely. Well, that's where residents, businesses, agriculture, anybody out there who's interested in air quality can get all the information they need about grants, about efforts that are going on, how they can be involved and being a part of our clean air mission. So thank you so much for having us.
My pleasure. Thank you,
Richard.
Thank you for coming on the show. And remember, business is truly boundless in Kern County.